they're not capable of that at the moment. It's really kind of long-term research, but it's becoming a little more applied nowadays.
You're one of the world's foremost scholars in AI, and over the past 2 to 3 years, AI has become mainstream, and LLMs in particular have had a profound impact on people's lives. What do you think will be the next technology to shape human life?
The next revolution in AI. So LLM are very useful, really impressive in their performance, particularly their ability to manipulate language. And the fact that they manipulate language so well fools us into thinking they are intelligent. In fact, they're not that intelligent. They're very useful because they're basically, you can think of them as a way to access information that already exists in a very efficient way. It's like a encyclopedia that can talk, essentially. But real intelligence is the ability to kind of be inventive, right? Invent new ways to approach a situation. And they're not capable of that at the moment, not really. So there's going to be another revolution in AI in a few years, a little closer to the type of intelligence that we see in animals and humans. Current AI systems don't really understand the physical world. They don't have persistent memory. They can't really reason. They can't really plan complex action sequences. So that's what we need to build.
Recently, I also had to sit down with Sam at OpenAI, and he kept emphasizing the word infrastructure. And how would you interpret that or evaluate this focus?
So there's two reasons to build AI infrastructure, and all the big companies are doing it. One of them is if you want to train an LLM on essentially all of human knowledge, it requires a lot of computing power, a lot of big computers, GPU-based, etc. But in fact, it's not where we will spend most of the compute. Most of the compute will be spent running AI systems for people. So if you have millions of people running around using AI assistant through their phone or through smart glasses or other devices, you need systems that respond quickly to their requests, that does real-time translation and answer any question that people have, help them in their daily lives, and that requires an enormous infrastructure. However, what we are seeing is an accelerated investment in infrastructure and collecting more data, training bigger models, training for longer, etc. But the performance is kind of saturating.
What is Meta's strategy on this?
It's evolving. It's changing. Meta just in the last few months reorganized its AI organization. It's called Meta Superintelligence Lab, and it has 4 branches. One is called FAIR, which I started 12 years ago, and it means fundamental AI research. So this is really kind of long-term research, but it's becoming a little more applied nowadays because of the urgency of building up AI capability. The second organization is called, it doesn't have a name, it's called TBD Lab, to be determined. And this is newly created to build frontier models around LLMs, essentially. The third organization is focused on infrastructure, mostly software infrastructure. So how to hold all the code that enables training big models, but also running them efficiently. And then the last organization is a product organization that basically turns all the research and development into practical products in the hands of people. Assistants, for example, for smart glasses or image and video generation systems, etc. There is a little bit of that in Silicon Valley at the moment, of people who are putting so much hope in the continuous progress of LLM technology, essentially, that it leads them to have unrealistic expectations. So I think there is a bit of a bubble. Certainly there is a big bubble in infrastructure investment, and whether that's justified or not is not entirely clear. It's going to be determined by how much revenue can be generated by AI systems.
As Korea aims to become one of the world's top 3 AI nations, where should Korea allocate the most resources and effort?
Well, so AI is one of those things where you need an entire ecosystem that spans the spectrum from essentially education, research in academia, and interactions between academia and industry, particularly the startup ecosystem, but also industry research. And then all the way to products, and that requires infrastructure that many governments in the world have not provided to their public research institutions and universities. So providing computing resources to academic research, I think, is an essential component. And then enabling exchange between university and industry.
A lot of people here are emphasizing investing more in VC. What are your thoughts?
And what's sad now is that most of the American companies are climbing up. They're becoming more secretive. And the best open source AI systems at the moment are all Chinese. And so it creates a tension because people would like to have an open source AI system that is high performance and is not Chinese. Some countries in the world would prefer it to be non-American as well, because most countries in the world want some level of sovereignty in AI. The reason for this is in the future, all of our interactions with the digital world will be mediated by AI assistants, right? We're not going to go to a website anymore. We're just going to ask our AI assistant all the questions. We already see a decrease in the use of Wikipedia, for example, because people just ask questions to their AI assistant. So if we are in a world like this, what does that mean for culture, value systems, centers of interest, and democracy if all of our information is mediated by an AI system that comes from 2 or 3 companies on the west coast of the US or a few Chinese companies, right? It's not good for cultural diversity and linguistic diversity and for democracy. So the future needs to change.